Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, guys? It's been a long time since I've done one of these live events. Usually we use Run the World platform, but today we've decided to use Melon app to stream into the Facebook various Facebook groups. I welcome you all. Thank you for joining us. Today, live event, we are celebrating the launch of SMS-iT, which is currently on AppSumo's a lifetime deal with the CEO and founder, Henry Skull. So Henry's going to tell us a bit about himself, a bit of the product, where the product came from. We'll have a brief run through of the platform. We'll have a question and answer session. So those of you who have any queries or any niggling questions regarding the AppSumo plan or what the product can actually do, make sure to leave those questions in Facebook. Make sure, please, it's important to give Melon access so we can see those who are commenting. Because if you comment and it comes up as anonymous, we will have a giveaway at the end. We will know who the winner is. So please give Melon access. Yeah, and that's it. So I'm gonna hand it over to Henry. So Henry, thank you for joining us today, taking time out of your busy schedule. I understand how hectic life gets once you don't do more. And especially when you've got a product running, you've got a Facebook group running, you've got millions of questions coming from so many different people. How are you finding it so far?
Well, I'm finding it very interesting because it's a learning process, right? It's a learning curve, and um, being involved in the community at this early stage is super important because um, it gives me the proper direction on how to proceed forward into the future with SMS. Because SMS is the whole idea is to have it built from the perspective of the customer or the user. So my whole idea is to extract as much information from those that would use the product so I can end up using technology um, to actually meet the needs and wants that they actually talked about. So that's the reason why, one of the reasons why our community is super important, because without the community, we wouldn't be able to get the profit ideas that we should work on that would benefit our community.
Brilliant. Thanks for that. I'm just going to give a quick shout out to a few people who are already commenting. Little Hi, Larry, Sam Jasani, Faz. This is a few of the people commenting. They say my audio is all fuzz, so I'm going to put the volume down just a tad bit. Guys, let me know if that's better. Can you still hear me, Henry?
Actually, I can hear you,
Okay.
but it has it has a fluctuation in it. It has some noise in it, so I think you should probably check that audio.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's much better now. The radio waves sounds clearer.
Okay, great. Okay, so Henry, if you could tell us a bit about yourself. We understand you're on an entrepreneurial journey here. It's very it takes a lot of courage to launch SaaS products these days. So much competition, so many different products. So tell us a bit about yourself and what is the idea behind the launching of the product.
Well, SMS was actually a product that I built because I had a problem. I had a problem in my company, in our tech lab, and what we were trying to solve was we were trying to send messages, right? We were trying to market, and then we found out that it was super expensive to actually run a proper marketing campaign. Then we also found out that if we wanted to do this or that, we had to use at least 20 different softwares just to achieve digital marketing. So I said to myself, okay, first I need to make sure that I can send a lot of messages without paying, right? So I solved that. But, building up a gateway. And then I was able to put everything together. And then I found that it was solving our problems. And then I said to myself, if this can solve our problems so good, it should be able to solve problems for others, right? And that's the reason why our target audience, okay, our target customers, okay, or customer or businesses that have a recurring business model or a subscription based business model, because these individuals have three problems, which is um, customer attrition problem, okay. They also have creating the perfect leads problem, because if you have customer attrition, then you're going to have a lead problem, right? You would want new leads so you could fill up the users that are living. And finally, it all boils down to engagement. These folks would want to engage better with the audiences so they could stop the customer attrition or churn, right? And not really bother about so much leads. And that's what we do. SMS does these three things. It helps you reduce folks that leave your businesses, and that's attrition, customer attrition. It helps you build up the profit sales leads. And finally, it also helps you engage with your customers using personalized interactions and trusted communication. And what's also super important is that when it does all this, it ends up doing two very important things. One, it decreases your operational costs because of a lot of automations, right? And the fact that you don't have to go here and there and there. And finally, it increases your net profit, because if your operational cost goes down, that means your net profit is going go down. Or let me not say net profit, let's say EBITDA, okay, earnings before interest and taxations and amortization. And that's the whole idea, how to make businesses successful with technology.
I think most of the successful products always come about from a problem somebody's trying to solve it anyway. I think it's the whole essence of business is problem solving. Yeah, well done on that. I think Henry's going to give us a brief demonstration of the platform now, a walkthrough. If you guys have any questions while he's doing the walkthrough, just add them, and then we've already got one question here. Guys, I need you to give Melon access, otherwise I cannot see your name. So we've got Facebook user here with how we plan to sustain SMS. We'll answer that in the question and answer session, so not now. So we'll give Henry the opportunity to give a rundown on the platform, because I know there's so many questions related to that as well.
Okay, so first I just got a question that said that asked if we were going to sustain unlimited SMSing. Well, that's the whole reason why we started everything, to make sure that almost everything that we give out is unlimited, especially with the messaging. We would never remove unlimited messaging, because then we don't have SMS it no more. What's the point? The unlimited messaging is the reason why, excuse me, is the reason why we have SMS it. The features we have right now would not go away, never. They would only get better. So if you see beautiful, lovely features right now, all you should think about is, wow, imagine what's going to happen soon, because you would only have more features coming. We would never remove features, especially our unlimited messaging. It will never happen. Okay, so I want users to be assured that we would not remove anything. We would only increase and make things better. Okay, so before I start sharing before I start going through a walkthrough of the platform, do you have any questions you want to ask me, Umar?
No, you carry on, and then we will ask all the questions in a later section.
Can you see my screen?
Let me find the screen. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. So this is as a message, right? Now, the first thing you would want to do, really, is to sign in. So I'm going to try to sign in right now. And what's super important is when you click sign in from the home page, it's going to bring you here to the cloud version signing page. You could decide to click here and go to the decentralized version signing page. So when you sign in, you go into the decentralized version directly. However, that's not required because I could sign in just go into any and go into any account that I wanted. So now I'm on the cloud version. How do I know I'm on the cloud version? Well, the header right here is blue and it all looks kind of bluey. And the decentralized version, if I wanted to go there, it's right here underneath tutorial at this left navigational bar. If I clicked on it now, I would automatically be in the decentralized version. And if I decided to go to my gateway, my decentralized version, I'm talking about my SIM card gateway, I could click here and I'm there. I don't need to sign out, signing multiple times. I mean, I log out, I'm logged out completely. So a lot of folks have the decentralized version. So I will talk about that. But before I do that, let's go to the cloud version quickly. So we could talk very quickly about the differences. Then I could quickly show you. So the main difference about the cloud version and the decentralized version is simple. And when I mean simple, what do I mean? The cloud version is a complete suite. It's a complete package. You just come and go. Okay. We provide everything. The numbers, the service for sending out messages. You don't have a gateway, as you can see, because it has nothing to do with the gateway. It's plug and play. You using 100% of our services in our network. That's what's happening here. And you could come right here and you could upgrade. You see, you don't have unlimited messaging because you pay now is mainly per credit. So the credits is not $0 to have it sent. Now, the cloud version is super lovely too because you already have your faxing, your voice broadcast, you have everything that you want, and we just handle everything. Same with you sub accounts if you had sub accounts. What's so lovely about the cloud version is with the sub accounts because you have nothing to do with the SIM card. You could easily assign different phone numbers to each sub account, and of course, you could remove the permissions. It's much easier. Now, the decentralized version is different. As you can see, the credits are just growing. That means this is trying to tell you this is unlimited messaging, right? Even to the point when if with the outside the Absuma deal, normally it's $200 per month, and that's for unlimited messaging. Meanwhile, the cloud, as you already saw, you're going to see that it's very different. For 1 million messaging, for 1 million messages, you get this, right? So the decentralized unlimited messaging, how is that possible? Well, that's with brilliant technology, where the idea was decentralization, right? So the idea was we would provide 95% of our resources, and then the remaining 5% would be yours. And that's where the decentralization comes in. And this 5%, remaining 5%, is your mobile network. And your mobile network, okay, could be your SMPP, your SIM card, could also be the inbuilt gateways that we have, example Twilio. And then, of course, we want a situation where once you just log in, you could start sending out messages. So we provided a free US number. our US number is meant to send messages internationally, worldwide. But there's an issue with delivery. Okay, we noticed that a lot of folks complain about delivery outside North America. So we started advising folks, please, if you're going to use this local number, just let it be within North America, because outside North America, delivery is not reliable. But what's super important is that the network is normally meant to send out messages outside North America too. Also, because of this issue that some folks cannot send messages outside North America with the free public number that we provided, we also decided to say, you know what, let's try and provide a free public SMPP. So the free public SMPP, of course, is faster than the number that we give you. However, it's still public, right? So we're still going to have that queue issue that comes with the public numbers, which is, imagine I want to send a message right now, and you want to send a message, and then I want to send 2 million messages, and I go and I send my 2 million messages right now. You come and you send 5 messages, you would have to wait. You would have to wait until my 1 million messages are sent before your 5 million. I mean, before your 5 messages are sent. The solution that we brought for this was to have several numbers that rotates, okay, at intervals. So let's say I come right now and I want to send my 1 million messages. It could route me to one number, and then let's say you come to send your 5 messages and you're under me. At least if person C or Mary comes and she tries to send hers, if she does that and the number has been rotated, okay, she would end up having the messages sent now before you that came to send 5 messages, because the number that gets rotated starts off with 0 queues. So whoever sends a message at that early time, the message goes out. Okay. And the SMPP is quite different. It goes much faster, but it still has queue, but at least it's faster. But the reason why we do not advise folks to use the free numbers is for one reason, because of they would not have two-way messaging. And that's where the key of SMS comes into play. Without two-way messaging, you cannot use SMS efficiently. Why is this? Now I'm going to take you around SMS very quickly, and you're going to see that without keywords, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of things. You need keywords for almost everything, and you need to receive a response back into SMS to have these keywords fire, okay, or to have these keywords behave as you want them to behave. Now, when you come to SMS, super important to remember, I'm going to use the decentralized version. So the tab talks about your time zone, the amount of credits you got. This is OTP. So OTP, one-time passwords, is when the system generates a one-time password for your customer, sends it to your customer, and your customer verifies it on your platform. We have an API for that. I'll tell you more later. Now you have the lead section. This is where you have your cold leads normally. It was built to house our smart database. This is our smart database. So normally, you utilize this CRM, okay, to build your leads and make them or have them give you explicit consent So you can send messages to them. Because it's illegal to send a message to a person that did not opt in to receive that message from you or give you explicit consent to receive that message from you. So we went overboard just to make sure that we created a CRM built specifically to help you get explicit consents from whatever leads you get. You could start with cold leads, but you end up with proper leads, okay? TCPA compliant leads. And you can do a lot of things here, okay? You even got your pipeline view, all right? I go bright. So you got your pipeline view just to push them through processes. What's super important is you have this place called the people, right? And you also got organizations and you got your lead groups. And you can, of course, import data so easily, or all your CSV data. Now, do you know what's so exciting coming up? So right here, we got the leads, we got people, organizations, and lead groups. We're bringing up a fourth one called search database. When you click on that, it's going to be similar to something like this. But the only difference is that you're going to access 2 billion records, our records. It's going to blow your mind because it's going to have more data points to each. So let's say it wouldn't just have all this. It will have things like the gender, the interest. Most of our data points have at least 50. Some of them have 100 and more additional data just added to that. Super rich. Then you're going to be able to search our database. Lovely. It's going to blow your mind when you see the kind of records we have in our database and it's growing. Okay. And then you could start contacting these individuals. Of course, you're going to have emails. You could call them, send them an email. All you're trying to do is let them opt in. And they can easily do this by sending a keyword to your phone number in SMS. You see, keyword. Without keywords or without two-way messaging, you are not using SMS properly. So you could do all that. And then if you decide to say, you know what, all this, let's say you want to search, you see so many leads and you want it. Okay, you want this leads, you want to push this leads directly into a group, into SMS. Okay, so you could send your emails, okay, or try calling the customers, but especially send your emails, all right, without manually doing it. Then you would pay for the lead, and each lead would be a cent, okay, and each lead, of course, you would have all the data, and once you pay and click export or download, it doesn't download to your computer. That's a waste of time. It goes to your SMS, whatever group you've chosen, and of course from SMS you could easily download it. It will come here to where we got your groups and jump into whatever group that you made. And of course, if you jump into whatever group that you made, you could easily export data here, or you could even print it out. That's how that works. Now, at the top also, as I was stating, outside this lead section that you saw, here you have this box that shows you or gives you an alert for every incoming message you receive. Of course, if you click that, it's going to take you to the logs, or if you want to just see that, you go and click on this SMS chat, and this is where you can start two-way messaging with individuals. Right here, you could send an MMS by putting the message on the image here and typing your message. Here, you could create your short links and just insert the short link. Here, you have tags that you can use in this SMS chat section or chat module. Now, you're going to notice that at different sections of the site, it tells you what kind of merge tags you can use for that. So here, these are the merge tags you can use while you're talking to your customer, right? And you put it this way. It's not the normal one that goes like this. It's this. And of course, you could pick files from Facebook, connecting from Instagram. You could even run a web search, all right? And then you could just bring the file in. You could do more things you want to do. You could crop it if you wanted to, whatever. Just upload it, and it comes in here. And if I decided to have a look at this file that's hosted now by SMS-iT for you, that's it right here. And I wish customers will see right when you click on it. But that's for the SMS messaging, because MMS, you don't need to do that. You could just select your image from here, and automatically what happens is that image is going to get sent off, okay, as an MMS message. And that's super exciting. This is the two-way messaging chat section. It's different from just sending out bulk messages. This is you are interacting with your customers now, back and forth with them. That's what happens here. Here are your voicemails that you receive when an individual calls your number. In order to have this work, you would have to use your Twilio gateway for this to work, for the voicemails and the faxing to work, while every other thing works with just a SIM card. And that's because of the current limitations placed on SIM cards. SIM cards can send faxes now. And your voice broadcast, that already works on your Android phone, where when individuals call you, okay, it rings on your Android phone. But if you were using a Twilio number, when individuals call you, it would either come in as a voicemail or ring on a call forwarding number that you must have placed, and I will show you. So that's the tab very quickly, and here is your profile name, right? And the reason I'm showing you this is because, of course, you could just come in and want to start going so fast, going through all this other sections, but it's very smart to understand that you should start with configuring your account properly. So you click on an account, right? When you click on account, you could put in your PayPal email if you wanted to receive your affiliate commissions, because you are an affiliate already. Right here, if you click on that, you got your affiliate URL. I don't have my subscription URL because, and this is a free account, and I don't have a plan. So because it's free, I only just have this one. So if I have the normal plan, I'm going to have my URL, and I get 20% every month whenever an individual or referral uses my link and opens up an SMS account and pays for the subscription plan. And everybody that is my referral, right? I could see them here. I could see how much they're paying, and I get paid every Friday. So that's why you want to put in your PayPal email right here. And for voicemails, you might want to put in an email to notify you whenever you have voicemails in the system. And of course, you could say, you know what, you want to put in your voicemail, right? That folks would hear. So you could type it in, or you could put in your voice. You could just select it, and folks will hear that audio file that's here. Now, if you want to receive fax messages, not sent, you might want to select this to select a number to receive your fax messages. However, when you do this, you won't be able to receive voice calls. Okay, you would have to remove it because you cannot use one number for voice calls and faxes simultaneously. You would simply just have to come and choose one. After getting your fax, you remove it. All right, because I'm super sure that you're not trying to receive faxes every day. And if you are, you could have a second number and it goes in there. You just choose one of the numbers as your dedicated fax number, and the other one stays for the voicing. So that's this section right here, but we're not really done. Next configuration you want to do is to come here to the settings. First thing, you would want to alert yourself whenever a message comes in. So you would want to put this on. So this is actually happens live. This is every day, finally, daily summary. But this is actually also for new subscribers that come in. So you put that on. Next is, which is also super important, on every page, you always have this blue question mark icon. Whenever you click on it, it gives you data that you could read. Okay, so with this data, you could actually read and understand what you're about to do before you do it. So it's telling me right here that if I want to ever use SMS birthday wishes, I would have to do two things. I would have to switch it on from right here and switch it on in any group that I'm creating to capture less. Now we show that to you later. So of course I want to put this on, and this is also super amazing because whenever a subscriber opts into my list, the system would ask that subscriber for his name and then his email. And of course, same thing happens with the birthday. So that way you could build up your list without ever having these individuals go to a web page or without you doing nothing. It's all automated. When you get in SMSs, you might want to alert yourself using your email or your mobile phone number. If you want to do that, always remember to click on. And what about folks that sending keywords to your number and doesn't match any group that you have? So that's where you're going to put in this on and put in a response to that individual. Something like, I'm always sorry, but this keyword is wrong. Please type in the right keyword, something like that. Here is super important, call forwarding, right? So let's say you're using the Twilio number, you're not using your SIM card, and an individual calls you. What you want is your phone number, another phone number to ring. You're going to click on, and then that number goes here. And we got broadcast from phone. This is lovely too. But it only works for countries that already have sender ID available. Now, the next configuration you want to do is your email services, so you could send out emails. And it's a bit slow here. Just bear with me, please. Just it's a little bit slow here. Let me do this. Just hold on 1 second. I wonder why my internet's a bit slow. My internet's a bit slow. So what I'm going to do is, my signal is going in and out. I'm going to continue. So here is the email services section. You would want to do it, especially when you want to send out emails. Coming in version 2.0, okay, we would have the possibility of not just more email marketing programs here. We would have also SMTP. So that way you could just use your SMTP for your email address, which is free, or an SMTP for your server. So how does this work? It's kind of simple though, because when you put your mouse here, it's going to tell you what to do, right? So let's say you want for MailChimp now, you're going to place this in. You're going to click this. Get response, same. Active campaign, same. And what does it tell you? It tells you that you're going to put in your API key, your API URL, then you click save. After that, then you're going to come in here and choose your list. And that list is going to be a list that's coming from your email marketing service. And when you choose that, then you click save for the second time, and that's it. It's done. All of a sudden, now you can send emails. And when you send these emails will get routed through your email services. So, example, send an email right now to John. It's going to get to John through MailChimp, because first it's going to go to MailChimp into this MailChimp group that I selected, and then automatically it goes to that individual. It gets sent by MailChimp to that individual. And that's how it works. And then, very important question, sub accounts. So my internet seems to be working normally now. That's cool. Sub accounts, super important sub account now. Let's imagine a situation where I had other individuals in my company and I wanted to give them access to SMS, or I had my team members, or I had some customers that I'm working with. Now I could create sub account right here, and this sub account that we have here is sub account for teams. So this is sub account for you and your team members, or folks working in your organization or your clients, and you wanted to separate them. But then, of course, that's for your clients, but it gets accessed by your team members, so they could manage your customers, right? So you would put in the data right here, okay? And when you put in the data, you would also be able to select permissions that you want. Example, I could say, that's my name, Jane. I call my name Doe, and I could say Jane Doe. I could give her a password. I could give her a password. Now, a lot of individuals will do this and then try to sign in using this. That's not going to work, because this is the username. If you do this, if you want to sign in with this, then you're going to make this the username, so you can sign in with this. So whatever you put right here is what you're going to sign in. When it says put in your email address or username, this is it. Okay, it's not email address here. It's supposed to be the email address that you put here. So please remember this, okay? And then I could say, you know what, this sub account would have permission to do all this, which would also make the sub account see the same thing that you're doing when you do all this, because it's sub account for teams. Okay, it's for you and your team members. If I click save right now, automatically, okay, you need to make sure that the both fields are the same. When I save automatically, let me take another one. Demo day. Look at my demo day. I'm good now. Let's go. So I got my sub account here, and that's my username. This is the username for this one. It's separated, though Jane. And that's how sub accounts work. And now all I need to do is give the username and the password to whoever I want to have access to SMS, and then they can log in. And what's so lovely about sub accounts here is they're going to have access to your credits also. So where you have unlimited credits right now, they would also have that, because whenever messages get sent using your credits here. The sub account is for teams and it shares every single module that you also have when you enable them. Okay. And now here comes the API section. This API section is meant for one thing, and that's to actually have whatever software or platform or application that you have that enables API integration to get connected with SMS. Our API documentation is very extensive and it's very intuitive. And normally would ask you for URL, which is this. Okay, this is the webhook. Normally would ask you for fields. So normally you would want to put this in your parameters, all these fields. And at the other side of the parameter, you're going to put in your API key from SMS, your group from SMS. Now, these other fields would come from your application, okay? So all this comes from your application, and all this comes from SMS. Your API key is at the top, all right? And your group name, and the reason why two-way messaging is important. Anyway, so the group name is going to be this. Example, for this, you're going to copy all this. For this, you're going to copy all this. All right, that's your group name. Same process. And also, we already have our app available on Pabbly, and we also have it on Zapier as a private app. So you will need our Zapier link if you want to do that. But we also have tutorials already that shows you how so easy it is to connect using Zapier or Pabbly with our API. Now, when you come into your accounts, decentralized version for the first time, right? It's going to be like this. I'm sure a lot of you already know what this number is. You've seen this number before, right? So this is the primary number we give to you. The free number. Once you come into the decentralized version without doing no configuration, if you are enough, if you want to send to a US number, you could just log in. We normally give you free credits, about 10 of them. But let's say you bought a deal or you upgraded and you got this unlimited one. What this enables you to do is just come into the system and send out the message instantly without doing nothing else. You just come in here. You don't even need to create a group. You just come in here and put your number. Come on, your number. So many numbers. And just blast away. What's so amazing is that if I just do this right now, I'm going to receive the message. I could do SMS, MMS, or OTP. I just wanted to show how very easy it is to use SMS without no configuration, nothing. You could just come in here, send a message, and now it's going to come to my phone number because it's going to go through the public gateway. The reason we did this is not because you should then come and start sending out unlimited messaging with this public number. It's for you to test out the system properly. And it's for those that, let's say, an individual is really in a situation that he or she does not have a SIM card or even a phone, right? He has nothing, no connection. And that individual is really an individual that needs help. This is where this really helps out now, because that individual doesn't have a SIM card, right? Doesn't even have a phone. Let's imagine, okay, something happened to you, you lost your phone, you lost everything. You can then rely on SMS to get back on your feet by using this, right, for a while and get back on your feet because you become successful. then you couldn't be able to buy a phone. So this is actually for those that really need it. Okay. So if you know you can get a SIM card already, test it. It's working lovely. Get your SIM card. It's about, you can get SIM cards for about $5. All right. And the perk of having your SIM card is then you got two-way messaging. Okay. Because without two-way messaging, you can't use the system properly. You can only say now with this number, but if an individual responds back, you wouldn't get the response. And now, why would you really want it? Why would you want to put your number? Why wouldn't you just want to do one-way messaging? Well, that's because you probably don't want to do marketing. You just want to send messages to people. Well, marketing is supposed to be two-way. Folks need to come back to you. And I would show you some things now that would make you understand why you need to have two-way messaging. Before I do that, though, quickly take a rundown of what this dashboard is. Put your mouse here, okay? If you do this and it doesn't want to work, do this other way or down. Just put your mouse and read it. So it's telling you how many folks subscribe and non-subscribe. And that's how you know if your marketing campaign is working properly, right? So you send out, let's say, 10,000 SMSs to your subscribers, and some of them are like, you know what, we're going to unsubscribe. Or let's say during this period, you send out the campaign, okay, to an email telling folks to send a keyword to your number that you would have your primary number, so they could subscribe into a group. This records how many folks have been subscribing and how many folks have left. And it calculates it and then gives you a success rating score. And of course, your subscribers, so important, keyword, by source, by carrier, okay, and those that unsubscribed. Whenever you see something like this, always look at this. You can bring it down. So you're going to see all your assigned numbers, okay? And I could hide this too if I wanted. All right. Here are your receipts. Here are all your referrals, okay? Your affiliate marketing program. Those are paying you or not. So you can see them. And of course, you know you can move this, right? Or probably you guys didn't know you can move this. Of course, you can move it around if you want to play. I can move them around. Right? You could completely change your box. Okay? So it's playable. You can move it around. All right? Now that you understand at least how this dashboard looks like and you've understood all this tab and all this configuration, the first thing you want to do if you want to start anything in SMS is to create a group. Now that group is similar to a list, right? Without the group, you don't know where to put your contacts. You don't know how to do automations. You need to put folks in a folder or somewhere so you could control them and manage them or do whatever. So when you come to groups on all pages, you have this blue action box here. Okay. All pages have that. When you click on that, then you can do more things. So you got this action box here, but you also got actions underneath this. This is all important. If you put your mouse there and leave it for a while, it tells you what it is. See, that's members. That's edit. So you would want to, of course, because let's imagine I started, I would have nothing here, right? Yours would be something like this. Let me delete everything. When you start in, right, it's going to be blank. So don't fright if it's blank. Just come right here, add group. So this is first step. Your lovely group. This you don't need to do nothing about this. It's not required, right? And just if you want to copy, you already had another group, some already created, and you have data in that group. You want to copy all the data so you save time. That's when you use this. This is just a group name. I'm gonna just say demo. Now here is the first part. Each group has one keyword. You can't have two keywords, okay? What I mean, you can of course have a sentence, but you don't have more than one keyword field. Your mouse here. When you do this, now you understand what it means. It means when this is the keyword that a subscriber would test into your number to join this list. And this is your list, your group that you're creating now. We call it group, but you can also just call this list. I could say Bob. So when you say Bob, to my number, you come to this list. Now, this is what this means here. What kind of group are we trying to build? We have two kind of groups. One is a group for your coupons. And the difference in the coupon, what's important is that folks can send a keyword to this group that's a coupon an unlimited amount of times and keep receiving messages, especially when you got a coupon and you're trying to update it, right? Now, the next group type we have is called the join. The difference between the join and the coupon is the coupon you can send, a subscriber can continually testing the keyword, can keep receiving an order response. While for the join, you can only do that once and come in once. Okay, and that's not good for coupons, but that's perfect for you want folks to join. You don't want them joining twice, right? So you would use the join. The property real estate is so pretty. I will just show you so you see how it is. See that? So once you send this keyword to this this number, and SMS it, what I would instantly receive, or you would instantly receive this data that I put right here. So let's imagine I send Bob now. As a response, I'm going to get all this. This is perfect if you're trying to sell a home, right? You're going to put in all your home data right here. Just how many beds, put in your property description, and put in your property URL. And then you don't need to talk too much, right? You don't need to sell too much. You can make it easier for your customers to see what you're trying to sell and click on this link to book or buy this property. Same with the vehicle. So let's imagine you got the vehicle you want to sell right now, or you're a car sales individual. You could just say, hey, test Mercedes to this group. I want to test. And when and that individual sends Mercedes, okay, or Range Rover, let's imagine, okay. So if an individual sends, let's say, Range Rover, and you already have a Range Rover, let's say Range Rover 2022. Let's imagine you're trying to get a V12 or whatever for that 6. Okay? So if you're trying to do this, so let's imagine I already, and I have it, and I put it on my mix right here. Because I might want to make you, testing keywords that are good. So I could just say, hey, just send Range Rover 2022 V6, because I might have a lot of Range Rovers, right? And I want it to be specific. So when you send this keyword, what happens is you get the data for the car, and you can buy. I don't need to call you back to give you all this data, right? You could buy. That's how that works, okay? This is the SMS wishes. Remember we saw that previously, okay, in your main settings. Now in the group that you create, you could decide to say, well, you want to capture this birthday wishes in this group or not. But you cannot just put this on here without going first to the settings to enable birthday SMS wishes, okay? So let's imagine I just said, now here is to help you out with compliance. It's smart that you actually put in something similar to this. You could put in, thanks for joining. You would need to put in how many messages you want these individuals to receive every month, and you would need to put in your terms and conditions privacy. And this is just a law. It helps you stay in compliance with the law. You could do whatever you want to do. But this is a recurring marketing compliance. You don't want to break the law. You do not want to get fined. Believe me, it's a headache to get fined, okay? So if you do this, you automatically stand in compliance with TCPA. This is exactly what they want. So you don't need to go learn how to do it. You can just copy what we've done here, right? Cheers, because you need to write something, okay? So just write it out and put yours there. And then you're in compliance. This we're going to make it that you can edit it because a lot of individuals are international, right? They do not want English. So we're going to make it, we're working on this now that you can edit this. But we didn't want to make it editable because we didn't want an individual or user removing it. Because if you do this, you're breaking the law extremely. Okay, folks must receive stop to opt out. They have to receive this, and we cannot. We have to make sure that you do not unknowingly break the law and then be like, "Oh, I didn't know," and that's not fair on you, right? So we already try to make sure that by default you're already complying with the law. Okay, you whatever country you are at, you good. Then, of course, this is for folks that already subscribed. You could do double opt-in or not, and you could notify yourself whenever an individual comes in. For this demonstration purposes, I'm just going to say thanks for joining. Okay. Let's just click on save. When I do this, I got my group right here. So whoever sends this keyword will automatically join my group. But of course, it's not going to work because I have this public number. And he does not have two-way messaging. So you can already see that the first step that you're supposed to take to be successful with SMS is impossible just because you don't have two-way messaging. That was why I stated that SMS would not work for you if you don't have two-way messaging. It's not meant for you to just utilize to send out messages that's spamming, right? You are supposed to engage your customers two-way messaging normally. Even if you want to blast a lot of messages, you should be able to receive messages back so folks can opt out. When you send with this number, folks cannot opt out. How can they opt out when they cannot come into your group and get taken away? But what happens is we suppress the number, so you wouldn't even be able to send them messages normally. We suppress the public gateway, so they opt out, but you don't see them opt out from your group. What just happens is you wouldn't be able to send them messages. It just gets blocked, okay? Because somehow we still have to make sure that you comply, okay? So interesting when you send this number, I mean, saying this keyword to your primary number, that individual comes in here. You could also just say, why don't you scan, right? So they could just scan this QR code and jump into the group too. Now you could decide to click right here and send SMS messages. You could decide to click on the group itself to see how many folks are in there. You could also decide to click in here too. It's the same. After this, let's imagine you do not want to, you already got your lease in an Excel file. And that's the list you want to send right now. And these folks already up in, right? Well, it's super easy. All you do is click here, just below groups, right? Contacts. You're going to click on import contacts. Now you will choose your CSV file, because always trying to make sure that you comply with the law. A lot of other companies will require you to sign an opt-in compliance, and that's a lot of process for you guys, a lot of friction for you guys, because then you would have to wait to get approved before you can send messages. not a good idea. So we just made it simple, right? Where you acknowledge. So by doing this, you sign in. It's more easier, right? You confirming that whatever you're bringing in or opt in, and you click on next. You select the group you want, and then you begin to map. As you can see, these are individuals or these are headers that I actually have in my CSV file. So what happens then, I'm going to select whatever I want for the name. I could select my phone, email. I'll have email in the list though. And that's what happens here. You begin to actually select everything you want. Super importantly is your birthday. Please remember, this is how you should do, or you should have your birthday formatted, okay, in your Excel file. Do not do it otherwise, because when you do, two things would happen. One, the birthdays wouldn't come in, and two, if you rectify the issue and try to bring it in, it will still wouldn't come in. You would have to manually delete all contacts you already brought in before you made that error with the birthday. Delete everything and then bring the contents in. That's because the system already recognizes that individual that you brought in as a contact that's already existing, right? And it's not trying to bring in duplicates. So you would want to make sure that your birthday is already properly formatted, right, before you import. So you don't go through this deletion
Henry,
process.
I'm just going to ask a quick question on that. Is it not possible to change the format in the back end for the
Of
dates?
course. Are you talking about the birthday or the phone numbers?
No, for the birthday.
Oh, the back end. Of course, you can change the phone numbers at the back end. I'm talking about bringing it in from your CSV file.
No, I mean the format of the date. So we've got year, month, and then day. Is it possible to change that format?
Um, this format, okay, is the format that the system uses to bring in data on your Excel file. You can easily change your format there. So once you change your Excel file, so you just change your Excel file, and on what you do is you select that whole row, right, and you right click on it, and when you right click on it, you're going to select format, and when you do that, you're going to see dates, and you would see YYYMMMDD. That's all you do. You select that, and then your dates, your birthdays underneath that column would automatically become example 2022 05 and 26. And that's what's important, because if you do not do that and you try to import it, the system wouldn't see the birthdays. It's going to import in all the data, but it wouldn't import this birthday. And you want birthdays because we have a lovely birthday automation where the system could be the first individual that says happy birthday to your prospect or your customers. And that's it right here underneath. Small tools, birthday SMS wishes. It's a very sweet handed tool. And this is the key of the tool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention quickly from a marketing point of view. These are the kind of like small touches which create that brand loyalty. When you're sending, your customers' birthday wishes, it's just the icing on the cake.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
so big, because you know what's so lovely about this. Remember, you could select whatever file you want. Okay, you got so many ways to select it to give them a beautiful experience. You could make it MMS too, so you could put in that birthday card. Okay, you put in that birthday card right there, right? And birthday card, and they're gonna get it. So birthday card with the birthday message, and you're the first person. Okay, you could even do before the birthday. That's what's so important. We made it negative. You could do it before the
Yeah.
birthday, okay, before the birthday, and then you could then do it after the birthday. So it's super amazing because it actually, as you already stated, once you put it, let's say 0 right now, then that's the day that it sends it. But once you say 1 day, that's a day before the birthday, 2 days, 2 days before the birthday, 3 days, 3 days before the birthday.
Yeah.
And you could also do two kind of automations. You could say, I want to send 2 wishes just because. So you want to maybe send 2 or 10 days and say, hey, we just want to say happy birthday in advance. Oh, these folks remembered me. And then on the same day, and then on the same day, 0. You're going to be the first person, before the person's mother, because your mom is always the first person that tells you happy birthday, right?
Yeah.
So at least, now you're going to have a machine that's going to beat whoever's going to say happy birthday first, and that's super exciting.
Henry, I'm just going to mention that we've got a ton of questions, and
All
we
right.
are actually running out of time slightly. So if you could
Okay.
just quickly carry on with the walkthrough, and then we'll quickly get to the questions,
All
if that's
right.
okay.
So I'm going to try to carry on with the walkthrough, spend 10 more minutes on it. Okay, guys. So I already created the group now, and I imported my contacts. I showed you guys, right, where you import contacts. Once you're done with that, you're already gone. Okay, you just do all that, put in everything. Now, what's so amazing is that you got this custom field section, right? Now, this custom field section, of course, you could put in whatever you want there, like the address, other things that you can put in here, especially the last name. Let's say you wanted the last name. Now, each of these fields, remember, each of these fields all have this merge tags. And these merge tags, wow, that's for your you do that. So remember, I already played with the group. I've done my contacts. On the contacts, um, I forgot to also mention that you have this here. So let's say everybody's here. Very importantly, this is where you're going to see all the contacts that you brought in or subscribed. Here you have the total number of subscribers. Here you have the total number of unsubscribers. Here you have the total number of subscribers, those that subscribed with a keyword, those that subscribed with widgets, which you go and find at the Smart 2 section. Here also by your kiosk. And here are folks that you just imported with a CSV file. So 1, 2, 3, 4 would combine and come in here. And whoever says no, stop, comes here. And here, of course, I always told you, you have that action button. That's a lot of beautiful things, right? You can even export all your contacts, okay? And import from here too. And if you want to search all your contacts, you're going to be able to search them here, okay? Um, then, very importantly, because I deleted my contacts already, let me just show you some what happens when you try sending a message and you didn't create a group, right? Automatically, it's going to create a new group for you. And if I come to contacts right now, I'm going to see that person. Now, if I want to send email of or vaccine, all I need to do is to make sure that individual has an email address. If that individual has an email address, and I already configure my email services here, I can send an email now. And of course, I have this to see all my timeline with that individual. All right. And I could also send a message directly to that individual. A lot of a lot of beautiful things can be done. I could even schedule my SMS for that individual what's important here is that here are the column behaves like an Excel spreadsheet. I could decide to say, you know what, I want to see this or I don't want to see this. I don't want to see anything at all. You see that? That's what happens. Okay. And then to send out a message, we have two ways, right? So this is just back and forth. I already demonstrated that in the past. You can click here. And of course, I could leave a note for this individual here, which I already did. So I could know this individual. All right. I could do a lot of other things here. Schedule a message, download all the chat history, delete this individual. I'm talking about, or delete the content. I'm talking about chat history for this individual, okay? Now, if I want to send out bulk messages, of course, I'm going to come here for bulk messaging, okay? Here, I'm going to create my templates. I could use for my messaging later on. Here, I could also send a message out. Here, I could see all my group queues. And let's say I wanted to automate something. Once I have anybody in my group queue, let's say I came right here to messages. I want to send to my groups. I will do this. Select my group. My location filters means, let's say my group has all the cities and postal codes. I could decide to narrow down. And here is the delivery. You can click on this. Please, if you see this, we have a little issue that we want to fix, which is this. And as you see, it's there, but you can't see it because the arrow is not showing. But that's to go in the future. Okay? That's to go backwards. So you actually can go in the future or backwards if you want it. All right? And here you pull in your template that I already created somewhere. I showed you guys. If I click this, boom, it shows here. If I click this, boom, it shows here. All right? And here is my splash page. I'm going to show you guys later. You can create it. And you create it somewhere, and the link comes here. And this is a splash page that I created in SMS. And you just give me the link. Because this one. Okay? Okay. Now, here, of course, is my opt-out message. Here, I could, change the language. But please, don't do this. You're breaking the law. I have different numbers. And I'm using, let's say, the Twilio. Or I'm using the cloud version that combines several numbers from SMS. I could click right here now. So later, I wouldn't talk about this because I want to move a bit faster so I could start the questionnaire. But please just come around here and put your mouse and see what it means. And we have this new thing that we have here for you guys. It's called the spinner. How did I say it? Just come right here, okay, and click on this yellow icon, and you will see the spinner. So you can, of course, yes, spin messages now with SMS. Okay, so you can avoid issues, okay, especially for spam. Now, I've sent out all the messages. You would want to see whatever you did, but before I do that, once, let's say I schedule in the future, now I could do the first automation, which is recurring automation. So I could just come right here and boom, it's going to recur 1 week. If I do that, it's another week. If I do this, it's a month. So this is for weekly recurring automation and monthly recurring automation. And of course, I could go in and I did that message. Okay, so that's your recurring automation. And then your normal automation, okay, drip campaign automation. You come to small tools, autoresponder, action. You select that group of cards that you want to target, SMS or MMS, however your campaign want to be. Put your mouse here so you can see your available merge tags. You even got current date for this one. And of course, what does that mean? Example, hi. That's hi Henry. Let's say my list contains Henry, right? Anyway, this is what's important for the drip campaign. Just this. This is how you do the drips now. And you can have different different drip campaigns set for the same group, right? You want to target after 3 days, then after 10 days, and after 1 month, after 1 year, whatever, unlimited in a beautiful way. Now, you sent your message. You want to see what's happening with your messaging. You click on logs, right? Reports shows you something else, but let's go to logs. Everything that's happening. This is my inbox, though, not my outbox, okay? Then when I go over here, and of course, you could touch any of this to do what you want to do, right? To see what you want to see, to export, or even copy, and just go paste it on a notepad. Well, this is the key to the log types. This is your inbox. We're already looking at it. This is your single SMS outbox, and we got the bulk SMS outbox. Now, what's the difference? This is when you send out single messages, and this is when you send out bulk messages. Some folks will be like, but what do you mean? Well, because when you send out messages here, the only time you got bulk is when you select your group. This is single. Even if you put in 1 million people, like you do this, you start bringing people, and you select so many, it's still, to us, we consider it single. This, because it works like this, right? You put the number, if you put in 1 million numbers here, we still consider it single. Because to us, the bulk group is when you just do this and click this. A lot of people are already there. That's for simplification for you guys, right? So you understand how this log types works. Now you're going to know why you want to go here. You're going to go here to see the messages that you sent using the contacts or the manual or your SMS chat, which is from here, right? Mm-hmm. The other one shows that what we do with the group is your voicemail, voice broadcast, and this is what you want to see for all the messages you sent. And this is here you want to see folks that are subscribing or unsubscribing. Please put this, you see, to make this come up so you can search for folks properly. Okay, or you could just do this to make it come down. And whenever you collapse, the main important thing is you would always be able to see what that section is. And then if I wanted to, let's say, look at my unsubscribers, because this shows me my total subscribers. If I wanted to look at just my unsubscribers too, I would be clicking right here. And then, of course, I could always select the dates of that particular report. And this could be closed, right? When I select the dates, I would see it right here. I could decide to open this up and see them here too. I could also decide to say, what, you know what, I want to have this sent over to my boss, okay, or to my clients, or to my user. I want them to see that everything is working. Then you click here to export the file as a Microsoft file, and it's going to export all the data here. I haven't talked about the SMS-iT gateway, how to configure that, okay? I would instead prefer a situation where I start taking questions because we're out of time. But for those that would want to know how to configure that, which is super important, it's right here. Normally, when you come in, what happens is you see this pop up. All you need to do is follow it. Step 1 says download this. Please do not go to the Android Play Store. That's not what we said. A lot of folks would see this, and some of them would go to the Android Play Store. We never said this. We said from this link, all we want you to do is you could right click, copy this link, and send to your Android phone, because we want you to click this link from your Android phone, right? Or just download the file on your Android phone. This Gateway app does not exist on the Google Play Store. On the Google Play Store, what we have is our platform app, which is the whole platform itself, not this Gateway app. This Gateway app is going to be installed on your Android phone, not iPhone, does not work for the iPhone, does not work for a phone that's not a smartphone. It has to be a smartphone. So don't go get it, a phone that's not a smartphone, and then you want to install an app. You can't even install apps on phones that are not smart, right? Anyway, so you just want to just please send this link, okay? When you click on the link on your Android phone, it's going to install. A lot of folks would have a security issue, which would say, you see this, exactly this, right? You always say this. They're going to tell you unknown source, okay? You're just going to click on settings, allow your app to install the unknown app, and then install. After you're done, you're already gone. You just on your phone now, on the app that you just installed, SMS-iT, you tap on it. Of course, it's going to ask you for a bunch of permissions. You always say yes, 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 yes. Then finally, when you open up the app, it's going to tell you to sign in normally or sign in using QR code. You're going to click sign in using QR code and then put your phone, scan the QR code on your desktop, because remember you started with your desktop, okay? Then you just scan it and you log in. After you do that, it's going to ask you if you want to make SMS your default messenger. You would say yes. SMS should be your default messenger, and that's it. You're almost done. You in. You after you of course you click select SMS to be your default messenger. You select yes. You get into the dashboard. You're going to see this dashboard, something like this. Now, what's super important is you would wanna click the pink play button at the bottom of your phone, at the extreme right bottom right side. You want to click this. It's gonna ask you to store your services. After you click this and you say yes to start your services, that's it. That phone should be plugged somewhere and just thrown away somewhere, kept somewhere. You're done with it. But then we're going to finish up the whole process, right? Because you only configured your gateway, but you want to make sure that your gateway is linked to your AI control panel. Your AI control panel is where I just came from. Now you're going to click this. It's a simple process. You click this. You can either click that or you can click it here. All you're going to do is to put in your email address for SMS it. The phone number where you get of your Android phone, where you got SMS installed on, and your gateway API. A lot of people say, we don't know the gateway API, but it's here. It says click here. And you could open up a new tab, right? And it's lovely. You pick it up, I'm right here, you put it in. You put in, of course, your email. Like I said, you put in that gateway number with a plus or no plus, it's okay. You put it in and you click connect gateway. You're going to see successfully sent. You might think nothing happened, but with that process has already started. Now it could take up to 1 to 24 hours to have it completed, or it could take less than 5 minutes. All you do is come to our site, and talk to an operator and tell the operator you want to complete your linking now. And I'm talking about here, in your account, you always have that chat, right? And the operator will do it in less than 5 minutes. And how do you know it's done? Because you're going to see your number change here, and you're going to be able to receive two-way messaging when you check, which is when you send a message to your phone number, it will come here. Normally, when you send your message to your phone number, it comes here, because this issue gateway always comes here. But when this gateway is connected now to your AI control panel, you know it's working because your number is showing here, and now you can get two-way messaging coming here, and of course coming here, and then you can fly and do everything with SMS. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to start taking questions. Okay, guys?
Thank you, Henry. Very, very comprehensive walkthrough of the platform. I think that just speaks volumes of the opportunities that the product actually provides. So I think those who are considering it, I think everybody will have a possible use case. We won't have time to discuss possible use cases today, but I'm sure whatever you're in, whether it's marketing, e-commerce, or whatever it is, there is some use case to use this tool and to use SMS. So okay, so we're going to get to the questions quickly. This is from John Doe, so Facebook user. What is the difference between the two listed deals on Sumo, the cloud and the decentralized?
Okay, so the question that if I understood it properly, your question is, what's the difference between the cloud and decentralized?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So the difference between the cloud and the decentralized is the cloud version, which is this. It's a it's a plug for play service, which is, plug and play service, which is a complete package. Okay. Imagine you go to a car dealer shop to buy a car. And you come to the car dealer shop and you want to, let's say you want to get a Rolls Royce, okay? So you come in there and you say, I want to get my Rolls Royce. And they say, okay, lovely. This is the price for the Rolls Royce, pay. And you pay your cash, you get your key, you drive, you go. Sale is completed. But then you could come and say, hey, I want to get a Rolls Royce. However, I have a Rolls Royce engine that I want to bring in, okay? Because I want to make this different. So when you come first, because you're bringing your engine, right, the price drops. But then, of course, you probably wouldn't bring the whole engine. You probably bring part of the engine, right? That's the difference now. With the decentralized, you bring in a little bit of the engine. We bring 95%, and you bring 5%. The 5% is your mobile network, and that's where you get all the unlimited messaging capabilities. Because it makes sense, right? That if we allow you bring your network, we should enable what we call unlimited messaging, because that makes sense, right?
That actually, sorry to cut you in, but that actually brings us nicely onto the next question, where I don't think people kind of understand how this product is working. So the next question is, how are you planning to sustain unlimited SMS? So it's not actually you sustaining it, it's the person using the product sustaining it because they're bringing their own number, if I'm correct.
Bro, you just got it. You just got it so perfectly. I really have nothing else to say.
Okay, let's look for the next question. Okay, here we go. A bit of a long question. Does it provide failover solution like Twilio not working, then fail back to other SMPP solution or mobile gateway, etc.? If mobile gateway is not working, then fail over to Twilio, something like that. So basically a failover solution.
Okay, so if I understood the question, is the user saying that is the community member saying that they want a situation where if they're using the SMS gateway and an issue occurs, it could fall back to the Twilio gateway. Is that what you said?
That's what he said, yeah.
We don't have that in here yet, but that's something that's so lovely that community user. Wow, that's amazing. That community user should go to our roadmap right here and please put in there. I didn't even think about it yet.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to Colleen as well, because she's been in the comments answering questions, posting links to the roadmap, and doing all
She's
this
the
kind of stuff.
best.
So yeah,
She's just the best, bro. Bro, she's the best. I wonder what I would do without her now. Like, she is so important. I wonder. Like, she's a blessing. She's a blessing. Believe me, she's a blessing, more than a blessing, brother. So let's see. So let's see the questions. Let's go.
I'm actually gonna quickly stop streaming the screen now.
Okay.
So it's just let's see if we can get Colleen as well, so she can join us.
Yeah, let's get her here.
She's
let's not.
How are you? We can't see your face though. Can we see your face,
No,
please?
you're not going to see my face.
How are you doing today, Colleen? How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing very, very, very well here, and you can see we have a lovely host today. He's making us have a lovely time. I'm enjoying myself.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's been. I'm. It's such a robust platform that I kind of learned my little corner of it, and then that's when I did the kind of the explainer video, um, because I thought it was perfect, Henry, when you said, when version 2 comes out, even your grandma can do it, and I'm like, I'm a grandma, so this is going to be perfect for me. So that's what I am just really impressed with the platform and the fact that I was paying $199 a month for community, and I also have Twilio. And when I really got into SMS it and I saw how powerful it was, and it was already ready for like blockchain, metaverse, the whole thing. Um, I got super excited and all geeky, and so yeah, I'm just happy to help in any way that I can.
Amazing. Thank you,
Well,
Colin. Amazing.
Colin, I'm going to say I would be honest, but you're already doing way, way, way more than I would have even imagined or dreamt about you doing. Wow. Her video is so good, bro. Better than my video. You saw that? Like, it's so good, bro. Her video is so good. Her video is so good.
Well, in all fairness, that's my background. So I worked in television and radio and production and that kind of stuff. So I had all the tabs open and I didn't want to wait for anything. I had a kind of a script off to the side. I had an outline of what I wanted to talk about and what I wanted to say. And I tried to I was going for 10 minutes and it was 20 minutes. So I thought, well, I'm just doing it once because I thought, oh, it's 20 minutes. I thought, I'm not going to keep sitting here doing it over and over again. So I just thought, well, I'll just push that one out. But yeah, I think the FCC authorization or certification or whatever it was that you got, that was to me super important because of just and all the safeguards that you've built into it to make sure we don't get labeled as spam, to make sure we don't get shut down. I just think was brilliant. So yeah, anything I can do to help.
Wow, Colin,
Thank you.
thank God. I'm actually so pleased that I have her direct contact, so I can easily shoot her things and she can also shoot me things. So it's so lovely to actually have Colin there because it's so exciting, especially with the fact that we new, right? And we're growing very rapidly. It's always exciting when I can get, community members, okay, like Colin, that can really help us understand our community better because it's all about understanding the needs and wants of the community. That's why we're bringing out the version 2.0 with a brand new UI because the community complained, right? Then they wanted something. And then I went backwards and I told myself, this new UI would be from the year 3022 with one goal in mind, simplification using artificial intelligence, where your grandma would use it within seconds. Bro, what we also gonna build is a situation where when you come in, the onboarding process will be automated. You don't need to watch a video. Once you come in, it's gonna take you around. It's gonna show you do this, do that, do that. We or even bringing out what we call an autopilot guide. That when you click on the autopilot guide, you're gonna tell the autopilot guide what you want. You could say, you're gonna give the use case you want, whatever use case, and then it's gonna tell you how that use case gets done. I did not say it's gonna tell you by just listing some articles. It's gonna say, follow me. Step one. It's gonna go automatically by itself to the first place you should be at. If it's gonna be, let's say, the SMS section, is gonna go there. It's going to highlight where you should fill in things. It's going to give you a hint of what to put there. It's going to walk you through all the campaigns. You wouldn't even need Zoom, but Zoom will still be there for you to come to Zoom so we can hold your hand, but we want to make it so automated. So automated that you don't need to start off knowing anything, and you will become an expert with the system when you're done.
Sounds really exciting. I'm going to quickly zoom through the rest of the questions. These are going to have to be really, really quick fire, Henry, okay?
Let's
So
go.
the next question is, can I view sub account statistics in the main account?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. You were breaking.
Can I view sub-account statistics in the main account?
Of course. So in the main accounts, everything that happens in sub accounts, you can see it in the main account, all statistics, everything.
Next question. I think this is more of a comment. Henry is like the Robin Hood of decentralized messaging. When he says soon, I hope he means Web3. So nice comment. Thank you.
Yeah. When I everything SMS it is a Web 3.0 platform because SMS it, remember, is a metaverse with two-way messaging and marketing. All we did now is just to bring out the two-way messaging and marketing because SMS is a metaverse with two-way messaging and marketing with only one goal, which is to bring a bridge between the physical and the virtual world. In order to start this, if we want to bring out the metaverse first and everything, it's going to take too long. And we would end up making mistakes because we would be building based on what we want to build, not based on what you guys want. How do we get input from you guys to build our metaverse better? Well, that's by doing it opposite, right? By bringing out the two-way omnichannel messaging and marketing platform first, by focusing on the physical world first. So we can get the physical world right, then we can graduate into the virtual world. So you would be shocked that when we end up with, when we bring out the version 2.0, which would be, of course, the omnichannel messaging, much better. But you would be shocked when we bring out the metaverse following because you would be like, oh my God, did they read my mind? But we didn't read your mind. You're telling us what you want now in our group. That's why we want these questions. Okay, we want those questions you keep pushing. We want those feedbacks. We want those back and forth debates. It's healthy, and that's why we guarantee to be here tomorrow because of you guys. Okay.
Amazing. How is progress regarding the SMPP, SMS-iT as mentioned before?
Okay. How is progress? Yes. So when it comes to the SMPP, okay, we are working on bringing out a public SMPP for folks. We already talked about that. Currently, right now, we are on a point where we're just trying to make sure that it has worldwide routes. It already works for North America. It always works for North America easily, wherever we build, because we're here, right? It's currently working for some European countries now. We want to make sure that it's working worldwide, right? And then it's released. But right now, it's already working for Europe. I mean, for the US and some countries in Europe. However, we've discovered something else. Folks are telling us that how can they build the SMPP server? How can they build the SMPP server? Because they need to go host, they need SMPP server. It's so complicated. Folks have not been successful with trying to have theirs done. So we've decided one more time to go into the trenches for you guys. And what do I mean? We're working now, okay, with a mobile operator, network operator, to provide you guys with private SMPP accounts that you can rent from us. Now, it's gonna be the lowest rate you can find anywhere in the world. Where you're gonna be sending thousands of messages for extreme cheap worldwide. Now we already have network operators that we looking at the best option, who we're gonna go with, because we want to make sure that delivery for you guys is 100%. What we also doing is to make sure that this new one would be able to send 500 messages per second. Did you hear that right? 5500 messages per second. Guys, it's gonna, when it's out, you wouldn't even need think about SMPP building up yours no more. Okay, we would have it for you guys. You would be able to have an account dedicated for this where you can log in and see your credits and all that, because it's going to be a server account. All right, and we're going to partnership with the company to bring this for you guys. All right, and the pricing is going to be so low. We're looking at something like 0.001. Okay, understand? Yeah, so we're looking at 0.001. But so I'm too late 0.007. That's not even putting the other carrier charges that Twilio will charge you and others that makes it go high. This with everything, okay? All the charges. We're trying to get it to you guys for 0.001. Let's see how the competitors will be that, right? Okay, let's see.
Next question. Does SMS-iT work with calls through Go High Level or other platforms?
Lovely. Now we have a Go High Level integration coming up. It's already in the works, and it should be available maximum within 20 days. Right now is the ETA. So with this integration, you will be able to utilize SMS-iT for Go High Level. Now, important. Go High Level, I don't believe it's available on Zapier or Pabbly or has direct easy API integration. Okay, it has API integration, but it's not one that you can do on your own. It's one that we would have to build, which is what we're doing right now to make it have a native integration. For all the platforms you're talking about, most of them are already on Zapier or Pabbly, or you could just integrate very easily. And that's where you could use SMS easily. And yes, SMS is able to integrate with these other platforms. Okay.
Amazing. Okay, so what's the next question?
So what's the next question?
Regarding an additional phone number, I am from India. My target audience are also Indian. Will I get the phone number with +91 Indian country code?
Excellent. We currently, I don't believe we have Indian numbers. Let's see. I had additional number. If there's individuals talking about cloud version, okay, that's different because for the cloud version, this is what happens. When you register, we have free numbers for you that you can choose from, not from all countries. Okay, I believe the free numbers we have. Let me see if I can find them. So I believe it's United UK, the US, Canada, Ireland, Iceland. Okay, these are countries that do not require 10-day registration, so it's easy to have these numbers given to you. But now the US has dramatically changed. Now they really require 10 DLC registration for just local numbers, and they require free registration for your toll free. So to everybody that's getting a toll free number from us, a local number from us, you would soon be required, especially when it's local. Okay, like right now you're required to register the 10 DLC, but toll free, I believe in a month or two from now, you would be required to register it. It's free, but you need to register it with your brand name, etc. Because that's the US law. All right. So this individual is talking about this. I need to understand if this individual is talking about cloud version or decentralized, because with the decentralized, you can add your Indian numbers, whatever SIM card number you want, any country you want. Okay, but
I'm assuming
it's cloud version, right? So if it's a cloud version, okay, the first thing I would need to check is to see if we have Indian numbers available for sale. All right, because we do not have a lot of numbers available for sale. But I don't think we have Indian numbers available for sale.
I think most of the people purchasing will buy the decentralized, not the
Cloud.
not the cloud version.
All
Yeah,
right.
not the cloud.
All right. So if it's so that individual has no issue, just your Indian number, just pick up your SIM card, bro, and install it. It allows all countries, okay? Outside countries banned by the United States, and these are countries we call OFAC nations, okay? OFAC. And these are countries that the US has banned all businesses from working with. Okay? And you can just
Next
Google
question.
that. Oh yeah, next question, I'm listening.
About SMPP, it was said a free SMPP will be available soon. Any ETA? Will we get charged for each SMS we send using it? And will it work worldwide?
Very good question. Now, you won't get charged for each SMS that's using it, the free one. I already talked about it. You won't get charged for it. It's going to be free, just like similar to the free number we have right now. Okay, it's going to be free, and of course you're going to have clouds, which is the reason why we're bringing out the premium one. So it's private because the premium one is private. Okay, it's as though you have your private number. So when we say will it work worldwide, of course it's going to work worldwide. That's the reason why it's going to be one account for everybody. That's how the free SMPP would work. Okay.
Okay, next question. Can SMS be sent internationally? For example, if I'm Australia, can I only send SMS within Australia only or globally? Globally.
Globally is the answer.
Yeah. Okay, this is another one, location-based. Can I use this from Europe, Belgium with local number from here? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, another one. I think what you've covered. What countries are supported and any cross-geo restrictions?
All countries are supported outside OFAC nations, and OFAC nations are nations that the US has banned businesses from doing business with, and we love the US laws, so we stay 110% compliant.
Okay, Central is saying, oh, this is one tool I've been eyeing for a while.
We've been eyeing you too. Please come. Let's serve you. Okay. Let's serve you. Okay. Please, especially with the fact that you can schedule a Zoom call. We hold your hand. Okay. We turn you to an expert. All right. So please come. We've been eyeing you too. All right.
Okay, next question. Okay, this is a comment. Really loving your helpful questions thus far. Henry's got appreciated.
I appreciate you too.
Okay, next one. I'm happy that you have a YouTube channel and that it has video tutorials. Keep them coming in updated. It's helpful for newbies like me.
We already have someone from the group. His name is Matt. He's going to be creating about 40 videos. Okay, and these videos are based off of what the community asked for. So Matt, if you're watching this, I'm giving a shout out to you. We need those videos coming ASAP, okay?
Next question. Please can you share a step-by-step installation of Jasmine open source SMPP on your private Linux server so to avoid using the free SMPP available in SMS-iT?
Well, that's a lovely question, but I'm sorry, but that cannot be done live. You know why? Very quickly, I'll tell you two things. One, in order to configure the SMPP on your private Linux server, number one, we normally don't give that support. That's is a support that you're supposed to handle on your own because it can take it requires technical expertise. One, because your private Linux server, my private Linux server and your private Linux server are not the same. When I mean they're not the same is mine already has a lot of libraries, a lot of packages that I have in it that made my customized. I don't know what you have. I would have to start from the beginning, right? It might take me several hours. I'm talking about maybe 2 days even just to get your Linux server proper. Then after that, we're going to install. And after that, we still need the SMPP server on your Linux server. You understand? This is not something I'm going to do in one day. You understand? Yeah. So, and in order to make sure that you don't go through all these headaches, because even after you're done with everything, do you understand what it is to actually run your server? It has to be on 24/7. If it's down for 1 second, nothing works no more. So we're trying to make it easy for you guys. We're trying to bring out the private server so you just rent it out. Okay? You just get it and give it the credentials and you fly just like a cloud. Okay? Make your life easy.
Okay, next question. Do we get a local number for Australia? Yeah, you get your own number.
So, yeah, so if this question is posed for the cloud version, yeah, you can get the local number for Australia, but I believe you would have to pay for that. The free numbers that we give right now, okay, because we give you a free number forever, but then you can buy local numbers. They're very cheap, start from about $5 from us. But remember, this is for the cloud. For the decentralized, we don't sell numbers. All right, we don't sell numbers. We don't give you numbers. None of that.
Okay, next question. Could you say again, if you want to fax or voicemail to work, what do you need?
You need two things. One, you need the cloud version, so you can just be in peace and you do what you want to do. And if you're using the decentralized version, all you need is to activate your Twilio gateway. So you would want to go, remember, to your decentralized version account, to the navigation at the extreme left side. Remember, you're going to click on messages. You're going to click on SMPP. All right. And then you're going to click on SMPP configuration. You're going to see the Twilio button. It's going to be off already, telling you that you're using your SIM card now. Just click on it. You're going to see it's going to turn it on. Put in your Twilio SID and your Twilio token. Click save, and you're done. Now you got voice and you got fax.
Amazing. Next question. Is the AppSumo page the in the AppSumo page there's text flat rate of $0.00 message. What does it mean?
What it means is this. It means unlimited messaging.
Okay, simple as that. Use the SIM card gateway and get unlimited SMS deal from your local operator, and boom, you get free unlimited SMS for your tier 3 plan. This is probably Cody responding to somebody.
Yeah, she's just the best.
Yeah, this is a comment. It says, doesn't Twilio use that as a platform? Okay, next question. How does this manage Indian regulations?
Well, it manages Indian regulations just as much as it manages the US regulations. If you go to our website, what we do is to try to manage all regulations worldwide. So now on our website, at the bottom where you got anti-spam policy, we covered all countries. How do we manage Indian regulations? You need to go into the platform. We made a lot of stops and a lot of check marks, automated, that makes you comply. You just complying and complying and complying. You understand? And then we also made it that you can comply with your SIM cards, right? By giving you delay settings. So you don't burn your SIM card and go too fast, etc. Okay. But I want you to understand that if we are making sure that we comply with the US laws, I'm sure the US laws are one of the strictest laws on planet Earth, believe me. Okay? Because we just love when things are very strict. So we're so strict and we comply with it, so we're good. All right.
In the AppSumo page, you posted list of steps to get started with SMS-iT. That's really helpful. Great work.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna post more of this, okay? I'm actually gonna post another one today because the list of steps I want to post each of these steps. I want to give you tutorials, okay? Steps also to complete each of these steps. All right. So expect more steps coming.
Amazing. Is it possible the email marketing service includes SendFox in the future? Thanks.
It's very possible. All you need to do is please go to roadmap.smsit.ai and leave your lovely awesome ideas there. So that way we don't forget, right? Because that roadmap, we use that roadmap to actually develop SMS, including of course other ideas, in-house ideas that we have that are going to be patented. Okay. So we're going to use the US Patent Office to patent a lot of new technologies that we're bringing in version 2.0 because it's just beyond amazing. Let's go.
Okay, next question. Oh, I think this will comment. Hi, thanks, Monolithic and Henry for this live. It's amazing to see this product due to its endless opportunities. We'll question and answer at the end of this live. Yes, and we're doing it right now.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. How does credit work for voice?
When it comes to the cloud version, that's 2 credits for the voice. Decentralized version is the same, 1 credit for everything.
Is it possible to elaborate more about the premium contact number list, how it's to purchase and work to SMS-iT?
I believe I already did that already when I showed you the database. Remember the code section, the code CRM, where I showed you on the people organization. And I said there was going to be a new box that was going to come there, right? A new button that was going to come there. When you click on that, then you will have access to our database. So if you watch this tutorial, this presentation from the beginning, you're going to see me talking about it, me going in there, and I was stating that you have access to it to do everything. However, when you want to download now, because when you download, it's going to become yours, then you're going to pay a penny or a cent for a record, and each record would contain sometimes 50 different data points to it. Just think about it. I don't want to say most of these data points live, but it's super amazing. And I had Colin, I had her have a look at it. She was like wonderful.
Any limits on sub accounts, are they available on all tier levels or only certain tiers?
Lovely. So the sub accounts that we have now is called sub accounts for teams, and that's unlimited for every levels.
Okay, don't forget to talk about agency plan and the difference with the tier 3 plan.
Lovely. So now the agency plan is not really a plan, it's an add-on that we want to bring in now. Why? Because a lot of individuals have asked us a couple of questions. One, can we have a white label SMS it? I said no, it's never ever gonna happen. We will never have a white label. But now they want the white labels because they wanted to monetize SMS. So our idea was, how do we solve this white label problem and enable folks monetize SMS sets without hurting our brand? Because white label is something that we never want to do. Okay. So then I thought of this idea. I told myself, why don't I create an add-on which would be premium? It's not going to be like a different plan. Okay, it's going to be within all plans, but then you could decide to use it or not. And when you select this add-on, it's just going to be focused on those that want to monetize the system. Right now, you're going to be able to create sub-accounts that are agency accounts, because now you can create sub-accounts for your team members. You guys are team members, right? This is different. You're going to be creating sub-accounts now that would be able to have sub-accounts under them. You're going to create sub-accounts now that would be exactly like the main account. But the only difference is this sub-account that you're creating cannot buy credits from us or numbers from us. They can only buy credits and numbers from you, from the credits you already have, especially when you have unlimited messaging, right? Unlimited credits. That's already crazy for you, right? Because now you will be reselling your unlimited credits to whoever you want. And you know what's so amazing? You could create packages that you wanted for them. And remember, you could also choose the privileges. And what's so amazing about this is this: unlike the sub accounts you can create now, this new one is different. This one can create unlimited sub accounts under them. So this one, so this one is different. This one has nothing to do with your account. The only connection it has with your account is that it was created by your accounts. But this one, you can then give it to your client, and your client can even then have 100 sub accounts under that for his or her team members.
How would the pricing work for the agency plan?
Now, for the agency plan, we're looking at $19 per month for that.
$19 a month. That's it.
That's it. Imagine, so lovely. And you know what's crazy, bro? We're gonna give you guys also hosting, because we're gonna be hosting this. Okay.
I'm just going to rephrase so that everybody understands the difference. Yeah. So with tier 3 now, you get unlimited sub accounts, but they for your teammates. So all the messages and all that can be viewed within all the sub accounts. When you get the agency plan, the sub account will now be separate for your clients, where everything is separated. You pay $19 a month, but then you can sell credits to your clients based on whatever plans you feel are necessary. So for one client, you can have a different one plan. For another client, you can have another plan. And yeah,
and your clients can also open sub account for teams under the account you give to them. Unlimited amount of sub account for teams under the
That's
account.
crazy.
Crazy, bro. So now you're making money like you want. Now you make money like you're going out your mind. And remember, you can also sell your credits. You can create your packages. You can create your privileges. And each of them have their separate SMS gateway.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this: for tier 3 and $19 a month, you get an entire business.
Entire business. An entire business, bro. An entire business. Crazy. And you also got the links. Remember, you got the links too, where you can go and say you wanna. I like the sub account. Granular controls good works here. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because we had to do controls. Okay, controls that would make it that for your teams. Okay, right now you could give them privileges or permissions or not. So that way, if you want, even right now, you could sell your sub account for teams to your customers, but they're gonna see everything. Okay, they're gonna see most things unless you remove what they don't see. But no matter what you remove, you would not be. They always have the gateway that you share. Now we had some customers telling us, "Hey, Henry, could you also make it put a button that we could remove the ability for our customers to also see our gateway in our normal sub account teams?" Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to create, just like you got the Granular controls, a button that when you click on that, customers will not, your sub accounts won't be able to see the gateway. However, we also did it already. We're already done with that, where you can make your sub accounts have gateways on their phone, and they would not be able to see messages of other users. You have that right now for your teams, okay? Because of course it makes sense because we made it that your teams can have their phone with their SIM card, their Android phone, right? And connect this to your gateway. And then they kind of separated a little bit. But one control still works for everybody because it's one team. But now this team A, Joe would not be able to see Jane's messages.
Makes sense. Next question.
We have webhooks in MMS service. We already got webhooks. Yeah. Oh, you want? We already have webhooks, bro. We have webhooks. Go to API, and we have all the webhooks right there. All the webhooks.
Like disable different numbers for sub accounts, or all menus are open for sub accounts too.
Shall we have to disable different menus for sub accounts? Oh, that's a lovely question. Of course, you can have the disable menus. That was what the other Facebook user just talked about. Because we made it that you can remove the permissions, remember? You can remove the permissions, and that's how you can hide.
Well, Zapier get more options for functionality. Zapier connects directly to Twilio with a lot of functions. So if you could duplicate those, it would be great.
Yes, we already have SMS-iT that connects Zapier that connects directly to SMS-iT. But they say it has a lot of functions. So, okay, of course, yes. Of course, we're going to duplicate. We will be duplicating, don't worry. Especially you guys want us to become the best, right? We will become the best and then create a new name that would not be the best, something else. And that's what we're going to be, okay? Guys, I promise you. Let's do this.
How many members, employees in your team?
That's a little bit okay. So if I want to count our advisors, we have almost 20 advisors. You see, if I want to count our developers, we have close to almost 10 developers. If I want to talk about the founder, we have one founder, right? If I want to talk about those on the board seats, so it's we growing. That's all I have to say, because on the 15th we have 4 new developers joining our team. All right, so we just growing at this time. Let's say employees that work full time now should be about 10 outside advisors. Okay, but then next month that should be going to like 20, and one of the reasons why we're able to succeed easily is because we automate a lot of processes. Because the fact is, a lot of processes that are supposed to be done by humans, especially when it's marketing, is done by Mark Hines. And I'm not talking about me, Mark Hines, like say Mark. I'm talking about my automation called Mark Hines itself now. My AI called Mark Hines that rests on computers here, right? He handles most of the marketing that you see. He does a lot of automation. He is super, super good. And one of these days, I would introduce Mark Hines as a virtual, when the computer begins to talk on its own. I want you to imagine that. So Mark Hines actually, in my imagination, is going to be the first AI employee. That's what he's doing already. He's the first artificial intelligence employee. And yeah. So where's the product server hosted in? It's hosted right here in San Francisco. I'm actually within the server premises right now. Any plugins for WordPress? We currently have we're gonna have a native plugin for WordPress coming, especially it's going to be version 2.0. However, we have a direct integration for WordPress right now, and you can use Zapier or Pabbly, because we have we are available on Pabbly and Zapier natively. Is the service GDPR compliant? Yes, sir. Very, very GDPR compliant. Not just GDPR compliant, we also HIPAA compliant. Okay, and we also TCPA compliant, and we of course members of the campaign registry, and of course members of the FCC. And the reason why we did all that is not to tell you that we are compliant, but so you can have evidence, okay, and guarantee that we are actually compliant. All right.
Makes it. Actually, if you can create sub-accounts, you can hide, disable different menus, but the upcoming agency account will allow you to let your users use different Twilio accounts or different gateways, or you'll be able to charge them for messages. This is probably coding again.
Yes, that is more than accurate. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
You more than awesome. You're awesome too.
Okay. If you want to use different keywords for the same set of people, do I create multiple groups with the same people and with one keyword for each group? Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, if I want to use different keywords for the same people, so different keywords for the same people would mean you have different groups, and this same set of people would be in these groups. So do I have to create multiple groups? Yep, with the same people. Yep. You have to. So because each group has one keyword, right? So that group should have these individuals there too. Will we be able to upgrade even after ASD ends? No, you will never be able to upgrade the LTD no more after the ASD ends. So if you want to upgrade, you should be upgrading now, because guys, the ASD was not supposed to be there. Number one, I want you guys to understand that the ASD was not supposed to be there. We never had the idea of an LTD. Okay, it was supposed to be monthly. So you should upgrade, because after that you're going to be paying monthly. Okay.
Very emphatic. Thank you. Okay. Great walkthrough. Wondering if we already have Twilio set up at the front end, like go high level. How does SMS-iT fit in? What are the advantages of incorporating SMS-iT?
Well, that's a lovely question. First, if you already got Twilio set up with the front end like Go High Level, I want you to understand that Go High Level has a lot of limitations, which is the reason why we're building up an integration for Go High Level, so it could step up. You could make it work for you properly. Now, what are the advantages of incorporating SMS-iT? Number one advantage is this: with SMS-iT, you can finally reduce customer churn. Why? Because we got too many tools to make you engage with your customers with automation. We help you reduce your operational costs. So instead of spending 10 hours, you will spend 1 hour now. We try to make you spend 3 minutes. That's the reason why we're bringing in so much automation, so you just set and forget. Go High Level, of course, it has lovely automation things. One of the reasons why you would want to even abandon Go High Level soon is because everything that Go High Level has that is so lovely that you love, especially when it comes to the workflow automation, you have something better coming. And it's called our workflow automation too. If you go to our roadmap, you're going to see ours is going to be insane. Ours is going to be, you can create a web, a lot of if and else statements. It's just going to be, severely deep. Ours is going to be insane because we're going to have an AI program also that you could make it do the work for you. So you could just click the autopilot and the AI will do all the automations that you're supposed to do as a human. All you need to do is do it once, and the artificial intelligence will learn. So it's going to be as though you have a virtual assistant right there in SMS. The virtual assistant is going to just learn your first steps, and then it's going to replicate that and make that better. So you would right now, if you want to make SMS fit in with your Go High Level, that's what a lot of folks are already doing. SMS, okay, can be used to build up your list, can be used to engage with your customers. Okay, and that's for SMS, MMS, RCS, email, fax, everything. But then you can then use Go High Level for some automations that you want to do, and SMS can push data to Go High Level to complete it. So that little section, that little part that Go High Level does for you, you could bring that into your complete workflow, because then when you bring SMS, you would realize that other apps that you already use, which I'm sure you use, okay, for every other thing, would become redundant and useless. What about, I'm talking about your mobile coupons, your polls, your contests. I'm talking about features that you cannot even find existing at other places. You have that in SMS-iT now, over 51 plus features. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, if you can master this tool for e-commerce, it's crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's just
crazy.
it's mind blowing, because you understand, we use it for us. We were succeeding internally. Okay. But we said, now let's share the love. Right? It's too good to be kept. Where can we find information related to the mentioned agency plan? Join the B later. Oh, for the mentioned agency plan, you can find that on, of course, I'm sure you all know, Facebook. So why don't you just type in agency? We talked about that already, but it's in the works. It's going to be out soon. Once it's out, everybody's going to hear about it. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, it's going to be lovely. And just to give you a sneak peek, it's going to be out before 2 weeks from today. Okay, good.
SMS-iT. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, amazing demonstrations.
Thank you.
Nice. Oh, you've already answered this, but are you a sole developer or is there a team?
Yes, it's a team.
It's quite an extensive team.
It's quite an extensive team, and I did most of the work, so, and my team also did most of the work. So without me, my team doesn't exist, and without without me, my team doesn't exist, and without my team, I did not exist. So it's all teamwork, okay? And very importantly, I want you to also know, my developers are you guys too. You know that, right? You guys tell me what to develop. Don't you guys understand? You are part of my developers too, huh? So it's never just me or us. Can we have additional data on API responses so we can create report on our end? This is gonna be with you and your API connection, because when you use XMS, you receive unlimited data. We don't charge you for for API responses like Pabbly or Zapier does, because that's Pabbly or Zapier's business model, right? To create an API connector. We don't have an API connector. We have an API, okay? And you integrate it. When you integrate our API into your system without using any API connector, it's free, it's zero. But when you go use Zapier or Pabbly, of course, they have a lovely business model, which is you pay based off API responses, right? And that cannot be changed. And just to give a shout out to Pabbly, Pabbly is a very, very, very lovely platform. What I think is so cool is because they give you a lifetime deal, so that way you could buy once, right? And then you could solve this problem, right? You could go to Pabbly, pick up Pabbly, and then with the lifetime deal that Pabbly gives you, you get unlimited API responses, okay? You have a roadmap. Of course, we have a beautiful roadmap. So that's HTTPS, as usual with the forward slash, okay? It's HTTPS with the two forward slash, then roadmap dot SMS-iT dot AI. You can also go to our website. Below the website, at the footer section, you will see roadmap. You can click on it. Integration with chat, lovely. I believe we already had that request in our roadmap and we're working on it, okay?
SMS-iT has an auto-detected duplicate contact and lets us easily remove it.
Yes, it does not let you remove it. It removes it for you automatically. So when you bring in data, it never brings in duplicate data.
Amazing. The UI of SMS-iT, SMS Gateway dashboard, is very similar to that of Zeta SMS dashboard. What is the difference there?
Well, I haven't seen the other dashboard that you're talking about, but one thing I want to say is SMS right now, the UI that you're seeing is a prototype. I keep repeating it. What we did at the beginning is to find that perfect product market fit. Okay. Now, in order to get the product market fit, when you build up a prototype, it's super important to actually build something that's working as quickly as possible, so that when you finally get the feedbacks and you want to go back to bring out what you want to bring out, you actually decrease your operational costs because you won't make so many mistakes no more, right? So when we were building this SMS right now, most of my developers that I have, okay, what I made everybody understand was we would have to build this as ASAP. So of course we probably would leverage some lovely front end template designs, right? Leverage it so we could go a little bit quicker. Something like when you go to Template Monster, we could go get templates and then you use these templates to build out the front end better. That's how we developers develop, especially when we want to bring out prototypes. All right, but then of course when you build in the back end, that's a whole different ball game. The front end, what you see, and the user interface, what you see, the front end is not comparable to what the back end is. The back end is what the technology is. The front end, you can do it however you want it, so folks could just quickly see what you want them to see. Now, what's so amazing is that our new version 2.0 has an interface, as I already stated, from the year 3022. So when it comes out in a few months from now, it's going to be impossible that you would ever find any other software or platform that would have a better UI design. So ours would just be too good. And I want you to watch out for that. Okay, it's going to blow up your mind. It's going to make you then understand what I mean by version 1.0, a prototype, and version 2.0, the products. Okay.
Nice. With Meta API and Fire API with this and decentralized, the web people can have some unique cases, unique use cases. Okay.
With Meta API and the Fire API combined with this, yeah, I understand what that individual is saying. So what I will try doing is, because we're already looking at lovely integration with Meta, and of course that's already happening with our smart chat coming soon. Okay, so when that happens, brother, a lot of beautiful things are coming, especially with that we're bringing out our metaverse, and we already have Meta, right? So the metaverse is lovely because you're gonna be able to move from one metaverse to another metaverse. Okay, okay. Let's see. Is chat support available via the interface? It's, of course, it's available via the interface, by the website. It's available everywhere. Does the absolute down? You're slow significantly. No, I don't understand what you mean by slow down your phone significantly. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to just get that phone, make it, put your SIM card in it, and let it be like a server for SMS it and leave it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're sending, let's say you send a million messages, your phone is going to be working, right? So your phone should be kept somewhere. That's the reason why you keep that. But your phone does not slow down. Very impressive. We've thanks a lot for that.
SMS-iT looks very robust and well thought out. Also, you guys seem really committed to the future of the product. Looking forward to working with it. Nice.
Exactly. Because as I already stated, everything that you've seen right now was to make sure that we could, get to the point where you guys loved it. Because imagine we already went, right? And we started to, build this and build that and build that, and we come back and you guys be like, what's this? Right? But now, because we've gotten your feedback, believe me, when we come out with the version 2.0, it will be worth the wait. With SIM
With sim-
can't we have more than one number? Yeah. With the SIM card gateway, you actually have more than one number. You actually have an unlimited amount of numbers. You can add as much SIM cards as you want to your gateway.
Nice. Thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. For me, it takes some days to to get familiar with it.
Oh, we could make it easier for you. All you do is come to the website, click on schedule a call with an expert, and I promise you, you're going to be an expert within 1 hour or 30 minutes that you choose. Promise.
Nice in the book. So thank you from Aditya.
Thank you, Aditya. It's super, super amazing. Thank you.
Can we top up the credit limits if yes? What are the prices and credits? And credits are rollover for next month for both top up credits and normal plan credits. If I use my credits 3,000 remaining, if I use credits 3,000 remaining 2,000 credits, will it be rolled over for next month?
Yeah, it rolls over continuously in perpetuity. Okay, so it keeps rolling. So let's say something happens and you forget your credits, you're gonna come there and be like, "Oh my god, so much credits." Okay, that's a guarantee. It just keeps rolling over and rolling over and rolling over. Can you tap your credit limits? Of course, you can tap your credit limits. Okay, we got pay-as-you-go plans within SMS. I'm sure this individual is talking about the cloud version, and then we got monthly plans. So let's imagine you already had an LTD, okay, and the LTD, let's say, gives you 750 credits every month, and then you decide to go top up your credits, or let's say you top up with monthly, and that gives you 1,000 credits every month. Now you're going to have 1,750 credits every month because your LTD stays forever. This is how you can really leverage the power of cloud of the cloud version, right? Where you have an AppSumo deal, and then you decide to get monthly. That makes your credit bump up.
Okay. I am more interested to get tier 3, but before that, I want to know your future plan. Since I love the LTD that I own and it hurts when it breaks the promises, what is your monthly recurring revenue, number of members in your team? What is the future plan
I
to
will tell you
sustain?
that one. Listen, I love this. I
Are,
love this question. This is a beautiful question. Let's start now. First is
are
this.
you ready? Go on.
So first, what's your MRR? So our MRR is lovely. I wouldn't be saying that, but what's super important is before the AppSumo deal, we had a couple of hundreds of users. Now we're still on this AppSumo deal. It's only a month and barely, I think, a month and a week now. Okay, and we already have more than 2,000 new users as of now. All right. And also the number of users that's also increased that come for just normal subscription has also increased. It's really shocked us that, oh, we got LTDs and people still come for subscription. That's excellent. Number of team members from my team, we already talked about this. We currently backed by some of the best folks. Our advisors, just advisors that we got in the team, okay? We have almost 20 advisors. We even have advisors from, AppSumo because we have a strategic partnership with them. You understand? We didn't come to AppSumo. Actually, we didn't even know about AppSumo. We got to know about AppSumo when we were approached by AppSumo. We were like, really? We were like, LTD? No, not doing no LTD. First, I was like, not happening. Okay, but then I realized, okay, the benefit it could give you guys. All right, and I was all in. I said, you know what? If it's gonna really benefit you guys and make you guys love it, I'm all in. Number of core team members about 10. But in few weeks it's gonna keep jumping. Remember, we are a growth company, growing rapidly. We're gonna become number one. We're not destined for even number one. We're destined for number 0, which is the number after number one or before number one, number 0, which is just too high. You don't give us a number no more. This is no joke. Okay, and that's the reason why we already went FCC route. We went campaign registry route. Because when you want to build something like what we're thinking about building, you build it right. Now we're talking about folks acquiring us. Nobody's going to acquire us because I'm not ready to get acquired. I'm not going to get acquired in the future. I have no plans to ever get acquired. I only have plans for IPO. I'm very sure the community understand that I have an MBA in finance, right? In accounting. So you guys should understand that when it comes to the business side of this, it's been well thought of. Of course, I have a bachelor's in computer programming, which was what I got earlier. So you're looking at a developer and a business individual too. Building this for just to have it sold in the future was never my intention. I only built this because I was trying to actually make sure that I created that bridge between two worlds. In order for me to do that properly well, I actually refused a lot of investments from investors in the past because I wanted full control of what I was doing. I wanted to be able to have this focused, like laser focused. I already spent more than $250,000 of my own funds into bringing this to this point. So you see, I'm very invested in this. So I want you guys to understand that I'm not just invested in this just because someone gave me money and I threw it away. This are my personal funds. This is something that's would work, not just because it's would work. It's been well thought of. The foundations are lovely. The teams we have are excellent. The community we have is beautiful. The individual that you have managing it is me. And because I'm managing it, I can guarantee you personally that's going to succeed.
Next question. We've been live for nearly 2.5 hours now, so we just really need to just fly through these. Okay. I want to build a small bit. I want to build a small business with this fantastic tool. I'm very new to this thing and excited to learn and implement it for e-commerce clients in India. Tel costs allowed only 200 SMS a day, so I guess adding my number is not going to work for unlimited question. In this case, are there any other ways that customers receive messages from my number or client number?
Yeah, the solution to this would be SMPP because SMPP has sender ID. Okay,
Yeah.
And that's why I stated that we were going to bring out the private SMPPs that you can rent. Because when you rent this now, all you do is put in your number or your client's number as the number that they see where it's coming from, and you're good. Okay, and SMPP is coming out mainly because of my Indian customers, okay, that have complained about this 200 message a day restrictions. Bro, I must solve it for them, okay? They've really complained about this, and I'm trying to have it solved. So you guys don't worry, okay? I'm really feeling your pains, and I'm going to solve it fast. If we do the metaverse right, you'll be the whole, of course. Exactly. They just don't know it yet, because they really don't know what's coming. If they really knew what's coming, they would understand it. I really love what this Facebook user just wrote, because that's really the fact. And it's going to be done right. And why is it going to be done right? Because of you guys. Okay? That's why, because we in this together, right? So it's going to be done right because we're gonna get a lot of feedbacks from you guys. We're gonna have the community beta testing it before we bring it out to the public. So you guys are gonna tell us, no, this is good, this is not good before it comes out. Okay.
What will be the cost of additional phone numbers? Will it be charged monthly or monthly?
That's very lovely. Additional phone numbers, if you're talking about the cloud version for the US, I believe it's $5. Okay, then the outside the US, the price fluctuates. It's actually dependent on the country that you want to pick numbers from. Yeah. And the more numbers you pick, the cheaper it becomes. Okay, and of course it's charged monthly. Everything in the cloud is charged monthly. There's no one time. The only thing we give you one time is the first free number we give you. Okay, you get that forever. And one of the things you should remember is SMS-iT, everything you have in SMS-iT now can already be used in the metaverse. Example, you can create your QR code and put in the metaverse, right? You can put your keywords in the metaverse right now. You can put your virtual number in the metaverse. Everything, our pose can already work in the metaverse. I want you to try to imagine what we've done. One of the reasons why we've made our API a one-line API is because you can put that in your blockchain smart contracts. So that way you can finally start sending receipts to people that buy your NFTs or execute your smart contracts. You can finally start staying in line with your bank. People that have KYC problems, blockchain companies that have KYC problems where your bank shuts down your account, you won't have these problems no more when you use SMS-iT now. Because right now you can put in our API, and whenever an individual fires your smart contract, that smart contract also fires messaging through SMS-iT. Yes. Let's keep going, brother.
What would be the cost of additional phone numbers? Will be charged monthly at one time?
Yeah, we already answered that already.
Just what would be the pricing for the agency plan? Is that $19 a month?
Yep.
Yep. How does the unlimited phone numbers work?
Just add so many SIM cards to your gateway. However,
Yeah.
remember, your gateway is different from your AI control panel, right? Everybody knows that, right? Now, when you want to add multiple SIM cards to your gateway, okay? Now, the main difference is your two-way messaging that you get in your control panel will break off. It will only stay in your gateway. That's because you have multiple numbers now, right? Because two-way is supposed to go to one number, right? When you break that away, now it goes to multiple numbers. And that's where the gateway really has a lot of power, because then if you are an individual that want to use multiple numbers for several reasons, you wouldn't even need to go to the AI control panel to have a look at that to do your messaging. You could just be on the gateway and manipulate your numbers. Example, you could have, let's say, a list of 1 million contacts, and then you could put in 20 SIM cards there. And then when you send your messages, it's going to send these messages evenly across the SIM cards. That's where the gateway comes super powerful.
Can we add Plivo VoIP numbers API? When can we expect Ligna native integration?
Lovely. For Plivo right now, you could add Plivo as an SMPP. For VOP numbers for Plivo, that's going to be coming just as we have an inbuilt Twilio gateway now. We're going to have an inbuilt Plivo gateway coming soon. For Ligna, currently working with the native Ligna integration. I currently have a relationship direct contact with the developer, the owner of Ligna. Okay, so we're working together to have this Ligna native integration come out as fast as possible. Okay, and yep, and I want to give a shout out to Ross. He's part of the community. He actually made this relationship with the Ligna founder and owner possible. So he made that possible. Ross, he really wants Ligna up, okay, and run with SMSA, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to double up and let it go faster.
Is there any onboarding support available over chat or call? Yes, I have signed up and tried it, but I guess I made some mistake of not receiving the messages, but somehow credits are reducing, and now it's 5 credits only.
All right. So what you're gonna do to actually solve this is this: when you go to our website, okay, you will see that we have an online chat system there. Okay, so I want you to utilize this, and we also have a phone number which you could reach. So if you go to our contact us section, you will see our phone number there. We also have an email address, and also within your account you have a help desk where you can leave tickets. You can leave a ticket, and also you could even make it easier. Just go to the website also and schedule, okay, or schedule a an appointment, okay, with a specialist. When you do this, it's going to be over Zoom. We're going to share our screen. We're going to be logged into your account. Whatever problems you have get solved with less than 5 minutes, because we're looking at your account, right? So let's do this. If you ever try contacting support and you have issues, I want you to please utilize other channels. However, I want you to also know that we have new support staffs coming, about 4 of them. They're coming next month also, and that's going to make our support system augmented to the maximum, where such complaints will never happen no more. Okay, guys. So we're working on that to actually have our support even better, where it's going to be not just 24 hours, but it's just going to be exciting. All right, guys. Can you use Twilio and SIM card at the same time? Yeah, of course you can do that.
Next question. Do we have? Henry, while you answer this, I just need to pop up for 2 seconds, okay?
Yes. So, do you have outbound email webhooks? Well, where you have MailChimp. Okay. So, for the outbound email webhooks, we don't have the outbound email webhooks for now. That is something that we're working on, okay? And what we currently have now, all right, is the ability to connect any email service to SMS-iT that's inbound, all right? But for outbound, we only have the native integrations you see there, and we would have more integrations coming, okay?
Will you integrate with SignalWire?
I believe it should be on our roadmap already, left by a user. Now, I want you to understand that we have 100 plus planned integrations coming. Okay, and these 100 plus planned integrations would contain every integration that has been requested for on our roadmap and instruments that are not there. So if you get an integration that you believe is very important and you know that it's a perfect match for SMS-iT, that when we check it up at the back end, consider it, we would give it a yes, please just go to our roadmap and put it right there, okay? Or even if you feel that we won't consider it, just put it right there, because you never know. We would just consider it, all right?
Yeah. Do you have outbound email webhooks
You already
where
asked
you have?
this question.
Okay. I think I might build my own SMS-iT API playground. Or Henry is teasing us.
You do not need to. Okay, continue. You do not need to really go through that, because we will make it easier for you. Okay, our target is to make you as lazy as possible, while you increase your revenue as high as possible. Okay, so let's do it together.
Does it support 5-digit?
Yes, it does. And we also sell shortcodes. If you go to pricing and you go and click on pricing breakdown, and you're going to see the shortcodes that we sell. And we have thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're only getting better and better because of you guys. Thank you.
I'm telling you, this product is getting a lot of love on the internet. Thanks for creating an awesome product.
Thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Henry Scott, for the detailed reply.
I'm so humble. See, come on, don't make me blush right now on TV, okay?
Thank you, Henry Scott, for keeping Indian bias in mind.
Of course, you guys are my love. Don't you understand? You guys have issues that I must solve. All right, I'm gonna be happy when I solve everybody's problems.
I love the comprehensive vision you have for SMS-iT.
Thank you very much.
A lot of love here. Thank you, Henry. Still in-depth info. Lignet integration would be fantastic. Oh, this is a question. Can we use Google numbers?
For right now, you can choose Google numbers, okay? Not now. In probably, let's say, version 3.0, we would work on this, okay? Because remember, we have version 3.0, version 4.0, and so many versions. Good. So let's keep going, guys.
Thank you, Omar and Henry, for taking time to answer every question here. Great job. Thank you for listening and staying with us.
Thank you for coming here too.
We've been live for nearly 3 hours. I've never done a 3-hour live, so this speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Hey, Henry. Not sure if you already touched on this already. Where can we purchase the device to hold our SIM card because we have an iPhone?
Okay.
Craigslist.
Yes, you can. Okay, but what a lot of folks do is simple. Here in the US or in most countries, you can just walk into a store, get a SIM card, and they give you a free Android phone. Colin was able to get one, I think, $30. So you got some just very cheap too. All you need is just to make sure it's a smartphone, okay, as cheap as possible, because it's gonna be working like imagine your server or your internet box at home. You have an internet box at home, right? You just plug in, leave it there. Whenever it's on, you know it's working. I want you to imagine this in the same fashion, okay? How long until bandwidth integration? Guys, you wouldn't believe this, but we just signed a deal recently with bandwidth, actually yesterday. All right. So we just signed a very lovely deal with bandwidth, okay? Now, so we would be using bandwidth for a lot of beautiful things. However, something even amazing. the native bandwidth integration that you talked about, which you can find at the SMPP section, where you also got Twilio, is coming. All right, so you're going to have that, and it's going to come in before version 2.0. A lot of things are going to be done before version 2.0 comes out. I want you guys to understand, okay? Example, this sub accounts I'm bringing out is coming out. The contacts that I talked about is coming out. SMPP integration for bandwidth, Telnyx, and others will be coming out before version 2.0, guys. All right? So this bandwidth integration, faster than you would drink coffee. All right? I wouldn't want to tell you because I'm going to bring it too quickly, and I'm not going to bring out bandwidth. I'm bringing out about 6 of them at the same time, just to blow you guys' minds off. All right? Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's been an absolute marathon. That is the last question. We've still got a lot of comments that people have made. Henry is very quick on his response time, live chat and phone. Thank you, Henry. This is all from Facebook users because it's just not showing the name here. Before we go, Henry has very kindly agreed to give away 3 codes. I had to hustle for you guys. I'm telling you, this guy was telling me, he was telling me he didn't have to do a lifetime deal and all of this, and I completely agree with him. He doesn't have to do a lifetime deal. He's here. He's very kindly taken out 3 hours of his time, and he's agreed to give away 3 codes. So I've done my best to get everybody's names by going into the various Facebook groups where we're live to get the names, because most of the people haven't given Melon access, or for some reason or another, the link just hasn't worked for them. So I will share my screen. I will shuffle the names. I'll quickly show the names. I'll give you maybe 60 seconds to tell me if your name's not there. And then we will spin the wheel 3 times, spit out 3 names, and yeah, you can get in contact with Henry for your codes.
Yep, you can get the code ASAP, okay? What's going to happen is this, guys, you would get your accounts with the tier 1, same amount of packages, same amount of credits, and you would have it immediately. You contact me with your winning email, okay? So let's do it.
Okay, let's do this. So let me just share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
I can't see your screen yet. I can still see you. Mm-hmm. I can see your screen now.
Okay, so these are all the people who have entered. I'm quickly going to shuffle the names. I'm going to quickly give you guys 60 seconds to see if your name is there. If it's not, quickly make a comment with your name, and we'll quickly.
But do you think you can let everybody see the names? Okay, that's on the spinning wheel, right? So guys, please check to make sure that your name is on the spinning wheel, because you're gonna get this award. I mean, this lovely license, and you don't want to miss it. So please put in your name now, okay? Because it's coming and it's free and it's forever. So you want to grab it.
Luke Lim, I think your name is already there. Let me just quickly
check. Please make sure, because we can leave anybody.
Yeah, Luke Lim is there. Yeah, Luke is there.
Yeah. I mean, Luke is right there. Luke Lim. Yeah.
Jonathan Range. Everybody's got the names now. I'm sure your name's there. Jonathan Range, your name is there. Let's just have a quick look. Helmsley is there. Jonathan, I'm sure I've seen your name. Let's have a look. Maybe Jonathan is not there.
If it's not there, you want to put that there? You want to do Control F, and then you can search. It's going to search and see. You just put your mouse into that and Control F.
He is there. He's already there.
He's there? Cool.
Yeah, he's there, yeah. Yeah.
How many names do we have in there? We have a lot of names, right?
Oh, I don't know why I just ran it. So this doesn't count, guys. I just done that by mistake.
Okay, doesn't count. Okay.
No, it doesn't count. And it's Lucas. Sorry, bro.
Are you sure it doesn't count because someone already won? You sure it doesn't count?
I'm still adding names, unfortunately, it doesn't count.
Okay, see adding names. Okay, I see. Oh, damn, lovely. Okay.
Sorry, Luke, to get your hopes so high. Okay, so that's all the names.
You just got Luke's
Yeah,
hopes so high, damn, bro.
yeah, there was probably more, but we've got 46 names here. So let's check on this. No, okay, that's it. I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm just going to shuffle the pack a couple of times. And let's go. So the first winner of the LTD is
Whoa, Lee. So please, Lee, please, I need you to contact me. Just send me a DM on Facebook so I can get you your tier 1. Okay. So let's go for the next winner.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly take a screenshot just so that we got it.
Please do that, and also put the name somewhere. Okay, so you're going to shoot that to me after this, so I can also get ready for the license for this person. Okay.
Yeah, so that's number 1. So we're gonna remove.
So you're going to take a while, right? To remove.
Yes, you do remove. Yeah, so I just shuffled the pack again.
Eugene. Whoa, lovely, 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 Eugene, lovely, lovely, bro. You just won a free license, bro. All right.
I'm gonna ask a quick question before we do the last one. If the people who purchased, who just won now, and they get a tier 1 of the decentralized plan, if for some reason they wanna upgrade that plan to a tier 2 or a tier 3, is there a process?
Now that would not be possible because what I'm going to give to them is not going to be connected to AppSumo. It's going to be internal, and it's going to be same thing. Okay, everything, but they wouldn't be able to upgrade it as though they bought an AppSumo plan, because when you buy an AppSumo plan, it's different now. You'll do the upgrade through AppSumo. You see. Yeah, but then you could decide to upgrade your tier 1 to tier 2 or tier 3. You contact us, okay, and then we make that happen for you. All right. So yes, the answer is yes, you can, but you can't do it through AppSumo. You're gonna have to do it through us. Okay.
Okay. I just the pack again. We're gonna do the last one. Let's spin this wheel. Oh, Abhishek Anand.
Abhishek Anand.
Abhishek Anand is another founder like yourself, really great guy. His product is Mutant Mail. I'm actually really pleased he's won because he gives a lot to the community. He's got a fantastic product himself. So yeah, well done, Abhishek.
Okay. So that's it. So that's the last person.
Yeah, that is all. And I'm going to stop the share. And the screen check.
Okay, so
amazing. So like 10 minutes off for me. It's been an absolute marathon. Firstly, I want to thank Henry for coming on, taking this time out to schedule and explaining what the product is, giving us a walkthrough, and then taking all that time to answer all those questions. Amazing to all those who stayed with us for the last 3 hours. It's been a marathon. Thank you. You can visit the product which is still live on AppSumo. How long is the product available for?
It's going to be leaving AppSumo very soon. We already getting ready to leave now. We've started our exit strategy. So if you want to grab the product, I think you should grab it immediately, because it could just leave today. Okay, guys, because we already have, it's already very subscribed. Okay, we really don't need to stay there any longer. We're just staying there now because we know a lot of folks told us that they had issues with financing it right now, that if we could wait a little bit longer, which is one of the reasons why we're waiting. So if we look around and see that there is really no reason to wait any longer, we could just leave AppSumo after this call. So if you know that you want to grab SMS, you should be grabbing it right now while we're talking, okay?
Okay. On that note, we will leave it. We haven't done a live event for a long time, but every once in a while the product comes along, we just have to take the time out and help the community understand the product. It's just better. So that the purpose of the communities we're in are to help each other, to share knowledge when fantastic products come about, to assist other people in understanding how to use them, how to apply them in their business, how to generate more revenue. Because as part of a community, we're very big on giving back. You guys give us a lot with your comments and thoughts. We just want to let you know we're here for you. If there's any other events you want us to do, hopefully they're not 3 hours long. We're more than happy to do it. So thank you everybody for preserving with us, and all the winners, please, congratulations first and foremost. Contact Henry. Henry has a group as well. Search for it in Facebook, SMS-iT. It will come up. Join his group. Give him feedback. Give him stick. Tell him as it is. He's really friendly. Takes it all on the chin, and I wish Henry, his team, and the product every success. I've stacked it myself, so I look forward to using it. Any final words, Henry, before you go?
I just want to say, a big thank you to everybody for coming today. A very big thank you to my team. A very big thank you to my brand ambassadors, and Colin, she's number one. Okay, so I can't say thank you enough to Colin, and I'm saying that out here, saying that out loud, so you understand how we really appreciate everything you've been doing for SMS. I want to also thank you, bro, okay, for making this possible. And this is the start of several other giveaways that we will do in the future, or several other webinars too. I believe this should be our second one. And guys, please remember that we just started and we're only going to get better, okay? It's a journey that we are going to get better only. We would never do something else otherwise, okay? It's constantly understanding what you want and constantly using technology to bring it to pass, okay?
Amazing. Again, thank you very much for your time, and we're going to end it here.
All right.
Take care, Henry. Thank you.
Okay, God bless you all. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Goodbye now.
Take care. Bye.
All right.